The upcoming vote on impeaching the president is spurring hundreds of protests all around the country, including right here in the tri-state.
Well, people on both sides are speaking their minds, some backing President Trump, while others call for him to be removed from office. Eyewitness News' Grace Haba spoke with some of those protesting today about what they think should be done moving forward. Grace?
Brad and Shelley, throughout the area, there are people on both sides of the issue. Some holding signs today reading "impeach and remove," while others are advocating for a re-election of the president in 2020. With so many people on opposite sides, one message is clear: the tri-state stands divided.
Hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has got to go.
From sea to shining sea, and right here along the Ohio River. Thousands of protesters around the country are speaking their minds about a possible impeachment of President Trump.
My wife is out in California, and they had to shut theirs off because over 600 people showed up, and they ran out of room.
In Evansville, the federal building was the spot for protests, 5 hours apart, both for and against impeachment of the president.
He's got our economy up rolling. He's got this country back on its feet. He's built our military back to strength that they need to be at. He's working hard to develop new jobs. Employment is at record high.
If we're going to stand up and say, what we think about his violation of our Constitution, then we can do that through the ballot box.
Across the river in Henderson, a demonstration meant to be for impeachment drew some counter-protesters.
Every president has had skeletons in their closet. I'm not saying the man doesn't, but I'm saying that the Democrats right now have done nothing but try and find stuff on this man.
If we do not get out and if we do not speak, then this evil will prevail, and we cannot stand another 4 years.
A majority of House lawmakers are expected to support at least one article of impeachment against President Trump, making him only the third president in history to be impeached.
He's fighting for America.
Impeach and remove.
Moving forward, if a simple majority of the House of Representatives vote to impeach President Trump, the next step would be a trial in the Senate. If the Senate does not move to dismiss the trial and a vote is taken, 67 votes in the Senate are needed to remove the president from office. Grace Haba, Eyewitness News.